Golden State Hoops, buckle up because we're diving into a potential trade that could redefine the future of our beloved Warriors. Imagine this scenario: Clint Capella, one of the most formidable defenders in the league, joining the ranks of the blue and gold. Capella's presence in the paint could elevate our defense to an elite level, potentially making the Warriors even more formidable contenders in the upcoming season. But this trade isn't without its sacrifices. The proposal on the table includes parting ways with some of our cherished players: Moody, known for his promising potential and sharp shooting; Payton II, a relentless defender who embodies the heart and soul of our bench; and Looney, a reliable and versatile big man who has been a cornerstone of our team's interior defense. Not to mention, there's also a draft pick in the mix. This trade isn't just about adding another star, it's about the price we're willing to pay to bolster our lineup. Is it worth disrupting the chemistry and depth that have been the backbone of the Warriors' success? Now, before we dive deeper into this intriguing proposition, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Warriors Nation TV if you haven't done so yet. This is where you'll get the most in-depth analysis, breaking news, and everything you need to know about the Warriors. Now, let's continue. The NBA offseason might have been quiet so far, but this trade rumor between the Warriors and the Atlanta Hawks is set to ignite discussions. The thought of Clint Capella anchoring our defense is enticing, offering visions of a defensive powerhouse that could rival any team in the league. However, we must carefully consider the cost of such a move. Moody's youth and potential, Payton II's gritty defensive prowess, and Looney's invaluable experience and consistency on the court are not easy to give up. This decision goes beyond mere statistics; it delves into the essence of what has made the Warriors the team they are today. Are we ready to sacrifice these key pieces in hopes of achieving greater success, or is this a gamble too risky to take? The answer isn't simple, but it's a question we must ponder as we explore the possible outcomes of this monumental trade. Clint Capella brings a lot to the table with his formidable size, raw power, and invaluable experience. He's the kind of player who consistently puts up double-doubles and could fill a significant gap in our defense, a gap that has at times been our Achilles heel. His presence under the basket would undoubtedly give us the defensive anchor we've been searching for. But here's where things get complicated. To acquire Capella, we'd have to part with some of our most cherished Warriors, players who have not only contributed to our success but have become a part of the very fabric of this team. Consider the potential of Moody. His growth has been nothing short of exciting, and he's only beginning to show what he can truly become. Then there's Payton II, whose relentless energy and defensive prowess have made him a fan favorite. And how can we overlook Looney? His dependability on the court, particularly his ability to secure critical rebounds, has made him an unsung hero in many of our hardest-fought battles. Are we truly prepared to say goodbye to these key pieces of our team? The potential trade for Capella could also have significant repercussions for our team's depth and overall dynamics on the floor. Depth is not just a luxury in the NBA, it's a necessity, especially during the grueling playoff grind where every role player must step up. Looney, for instance, has been the backbone of our interior defense, grabbing those essential boards and providing the kind of stability that doesn't always show up in the box score but is felt in every win. Payton II's tenacity on defense has made him a crucial part of our lineup, often guarding the opponent's best player. And Moody? He's a young star on the rise, whose ceiling seems to get higher with each game. Trading away these players isn't just a calculated risk, it's a move that could alter the essence of who we are as a team. Furthermore, integrating Capella could lead to challenges in our offensive scheme. His addition, while strengthening our defense, might create issues with floor spacing, particularly when paired with Draymond Green. The potential clogging of the paint could make it more difficult for Steph Curry and our other sharpshooters to find those open shots that are the hallmark of our offense. The chemistry on the court, the rhythm between our players, is something that can't be quantified but is crucial for our success. This trade, as promising as it may seem, could disrupt that delicate balance, raising the question: is the potential reward worth the inherent risk? When it comes to making critical decisions like this one, it's essential to look beyond the immediate impact and consider the broader picture, especially the financial implications. Clint Capella is on an expiring contract, which might seem like a tempting opportunity to free up cap space for the next offseason. But is it worth the potential cost of losing key players who have been instrumental in our success? The truth is, acquiring Capella would add to our already significant luxury tax burden, which could restrict our ability to make future moves necessary to maintain a championship-caliber team. The front office must carefully consider the long-term financial repercussions of this trade. It's not just about making a splash in the short term, it's about preserving our flexibility to build a roster that can sustain excellence for years to come. Every decision we make now echoes into the future, and this one has the potential to shape the direction of the franchise in profound ways. We must ask ourselves if this move aligns with our long-term vision or if it's a gamble that could limit our opportunities down the road. On the other hand, we can't ignore the potential benefits that this trade could bring. The Atlanta Hawks are eager to make changes after their disappointing early playoff exit last season. Trading Capella might be their way of opening up a bigger role for Onyeka Okongwu, their young and promising center, giving him the chance to shine. But we need to critically assess whether Capella is truly the missing piece for us. Could we inadvertently be helping the Hawks more than we're helping ourselves? It's a question that needs to be thoroughly examined from every angle. Furthermore, trades of this magnitude have a psychological impact that goes beyond the court. What message does bringing in Capella send to our core players, especially someone like Steph Curry, who has been the heart and soul of this team? While it might signal that the Warriors are doubling down on their commitment to winning now, we must consider the potential disruption to the chemistry and camaraderie that have taken years to build. Our identity as a team is rooted in versatility, movement, and unselfish play. Does adding Capella enhance this identity, or does it risk diluting what makes us unique? Beyond the immediate season, we have to think about the future. Players like Moody, Gary Payton II, and Kevin Looney hold significant long-term value for the Warriors. Trading them for someone on an expiring deal might address some of our current concerns, but what happens next season? Could we find ourselves with a depleted roster and fewer assets to continue building towards sustained success? This trade is not just about winning now, it's about ensuring that we have the foundation to continue winning in the seasons to come. Every decision we make must be rooted in a deep understanding of both our present needs and our future aspirations. In the grand scheme of things, this trade proposal is nothing short of a monumental decision for the Warriors, one that could dramatically reshape the trajectory of the entire franchise. It's not merely a question of swapping players, it's about redefining what we want this team to embody moving forward. On one hand, pulling the trigger on this trade could thrust us right back into the thick of championship contention, reigniting the spark that made the Warriors a powerhouse in the league. It could bring in fresh talent that aligns perfectly with our strategic vision, complementing our existing roster and filling the gaps that have held us back in recent seasons. However, the flip side is just as compelling. This move could also unravel years of careful team building, exposing us to risks that could set us back further than we ever imagined. It's a delicate balance of timing, team chemistry, and the long-term vision for what the Warriors stand for. As fans, we are all too aware that this decision extends beyond the hardwood. It's about the legacy of the Warriors and the kind of basketball we want to see at Chase Center. The anticipation is palpable, and while we eagerly await the front office's final call, we must prepare ourselves for whatever may come. One thing is certain, if this trade does go through, it promises to be an exhilarating journey, filled with highs and lows that will test our loyalty and belief in this team. So, Warriors Nation, the question now falls to you: should we take this bold leap, or is the potential downside too great to risk? Your input matters, so let's keep the conversation alive. Share your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a beat on all things Warriors. After all, this is your team, your voice. Together, we shape the future of Golden State Hoops.